Guru team, welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Welcome back to Maratha. How you doing? You doing good? I'm glad to hear it. And before we move on, don't forget to click that like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you feel like supporting the channel more, don't forget super thanks, channel membership. Have a look at my Patreon and check out some of the fun things on my store. Now I've got all that out of the way. What we've been doing? Well, I did a couple of things offline, and I've been connecting some roads together. So I don't have roundabouts yet, but I made them. So you can make these. So you do get under street constructions, you do get roundabouts later, but essentially all they are is a manufactured circle. And you can do that. It's a little bit annoying because you can't, when you go to select a curve, the first road you put, it won't let you curve because it doesn't seem to recognize that the starting location is a starting point. So what you actually have to do is you have to make a little section of road. Then you can go out and you can go out, try and go out 50 meters and then do a curve, and you'll see that you get the 45-degree line. So when the 45-degree line comes up and you've got a 90-degree curve, you can just plonk on the curve, and then you can come down and you do the same thing again, 50 meters, come out to the 45-degree line, and you do that. You go out another 50 meters, take it to the 45-degree line, and 90 degrees, you plonk on there. You then have to delete this little starter bit that you had, go back and connect. And look, you get yourself a roundabout. How about it? Roundabout it. They're not perfect, but then, what is in this game? So, yeah, so we've done that. So we've connected Quezon City up here. Did a roundabout connection here so that we can feed into Krasno. Then it's kind of flips over to the bypass with this funky dunky bridge. So we've got this. Why is this here? This is the second time. This is the second time that I've gotten rid of this. I have said this before on this game that sometimes I find that it does weird things. There's like weird little bugs creep in. And at first I thought it was me, which is not hard because I'm like, my brain, Civ, all the rest of it. But then I realized it's not just me. There are other things at play. So anyway, so there's a bypass up here, connects to another roundabout. This octopus kind of a thing going on here. Yes, I know octopus have more legs. This is connecting Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta. So I've put this cross line through here. The reason it's not just straight is avoiding industries and landforms and the occasional railway. So the railways are kind of doing what they're doing, and the roads need to be a little bit more flexible. And the roads can be a little bit more flexible. This whole thing with these two rails is a bit janky and not my favorite, to be honest. I might have a rethink about that one. And then this travels out here. I didn't just upgrade the coastline. I just felt this was a better solution. We probably need an individual like pull-off line here that takes people into this side of Daegu from Jakarta, so they don't have to come up to the roundabout. At the minute, there's a junction here which connects Daegu to Dubai, but I want to remove that road. It's just there at the minute. To keep that connection open, but I want to run this main road further north, and we'll have a look at that this episode. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. What else have I been doing? Pardon me. Well, let's have a look at our lines, shall we? Let's have a look at the old lines. So let's have a look at the old balance side of things. So who's making me money and who's not making me money? These are all making me money. This looks probably fine. The individual cargo of the ships, they hold I think 110. No, it must be more than that because it says there's room for 330 on the line. Um, that's odd. That would be 165 each. I don't believe that's true. He's just dropped off. Where's the other one? Yeah, 110. Have I got 3 of them? Oh yeah, one more. Plus 1. Doubt! So, 2 of them are empty, one of them's not quite full? Yeah, okay. I mean, we're making money. We'll have a look at the individual vehicles in a minute. These are all okay. We've got some of our commuters making money. This one, you remember the line was a little bit chocker and was causing a few dramas. So I think that is still the case. Daegu to Dubai. Daegu to Dubai. I think, were they all waiting at Dubai? There's 107, so it's coming down. It was at 200 and something at some point. So it is coming down, the Daegu to Dubai commuter. They're still, I think, it's making us money with 2 carriages. It's making us quite a bit of money, as you can see there. I wonder if it's worth adding a 3rd carriage just because we can. We've now got different kinds of carriages as well, which go a little bit quicker, but that's another something to have a look at. So we've added a little carriage to that one, that's fine. The Krasnoyarsk Daegu commuter. It was kind of busy, but now it isn't. Where's Krasnoyarsk and where's Daegu? Krasnoyarsk to Daegu. 72 people waiting here. Yeah, I think it's maybe just because this is mostly one-way traffic, is it? Krasnoyarsk to Daegu? Yeah, so I think it's mostly one-way traffic on that one, which is why it's showing such a... But this will fill up. I don't know if I want to go as much as 4 on that one. I'm not convinced that one will make us much more money. A whole bunch of other stuff, some buses, some small rail, Dubai, Bangkok, small demand at Dubai for that, and a small demand at Bangkok, to be fair, probably. Whole bunch of other little bits and pieces that are all doing the kind of stuff they're all kind of doing. And that's all good. That's a redundant line, the Daegu Krasno Bricks line. And now we're getting into things that are not quite super duper. Faisalabad bus. The earnings are going all the way down on the Faisalabad bus. That's probably because we put in the ferry. But people should still want to get around Faisalabad. So I'm kind of... Let's have a look. Is it just this one? How many vehicles are there? Yeah, there's only one. I'm not taking away their only bus. So they can have their only bus. The Krasnoyarsk Kuala Lumpur commuter. Yeah, it's a touch and go one, that one, isn't it? I mean, the expense came down. I think I had it very long and I've trimmed it down. It's kind of breaking even-ish if you have a look from like here. So ignore that one. Starting from here, that's kind of like, it just kind of broke even in the 1927-28, and then 28-29 it made a bit, and then a little bit under. We'll leave it as it currently stands for now. Quezon Krasnoyarsk commuter. This was the one that started it all. Variable, isn't it? Variable, very variable. Ups and downs all over the places. Interesting, that one. 20 out of 38. Where are we? Faisalabad. Where's Quezon? Hello? Nobody waiting there. 7 people waiting there. I don't know which train that is. Where is my Quezon train? Here it is. And he's carrying 20. So not a full load. So I think we can probably reduce that down to 1 carriage. Shall we? Yeah, let's reduce that to 1 carriage. Sorry, someone just had to get off and walk. Yeah, look here, we got a ferry. Oh no, this is the Faisalabad ferry. Sorry, I was thinking this is the cargo ferry. This is the Faisalabad Kuala Lumpur ferry. Yeah, there were two. I've now got one, and that's not even making money. So ferries making it. The route isn't making it. Maybe there's something about the route. It's too long. It's too whatever. I don't know. Um, yeah, we'll let that. We'll just let that be for a little bit because it's not losing me a vast amount of money. Bangkok Yekaterinburg commuter. This is our only commuter train. Um, it's not super, is it? It is not super. Some of these commuting lines are just like trying to get them to actually make a lot of money, or even just make money. Bangkok Yekaterinburg. That's over here, isn't it? Bangkok Yekaterinburg. There's 14 people waiting there. How many people are waiting over here? 7. So there are people. Where's the train? That's Dubai Yekaterinburg. That's the Bangkok Yekaterinburg. I mean, it's traveling full. It's just the issue that one carriage just isn't enough. That the amount of tickets that you get from one carriage just isn't enough for the cost of the train. But there's not quite enough demand yet. I don't want to remove that service at the minute. So let's just leave that one for now, and probably it's going to be the same with the rest of these. Although the Daegu Kuala Lumpur commuter has four carriages and is currently only got 31 people. Where is he going from to? Is he's passing through? How many people are waiting at KL? 65. See, so they're like, yeah, that is slightly more than 3 carriages worth. And over here, 66. So I mean, this is a busy line. This is busy. So I think that this is just a timing thing, and I think what we'll see is, if I just speed this up and we get him to the station, we'll see what ticket sales he gets when he gets to the station, because I have a feeling that that'll go back up again. I can't remember when I bought the additional carriage, because there's always, as I've said, there's always a lag in the expenses and things. This has still got one platform. I haven't even changed it. I probably should at some point, to be fair. Yeah, there we go, 141. So he is making us money, and he is making money. So so that's all fine. So vehicle wise, is there any vehicles that are giving me pause for concern? Let us have a look. So everything else up here at the top is looking good. So interestingly enough, the trains that are making the most amount of money are these. That's probably fine, because these were making the money, but then I put in more expensive locos, so they are still making me money, lots of money, but the costs are a little bit higher as well, so that's eroded some of that, but that's still fine. That's still plenty of profit. No need to be greedy. Down here, what have we got? Dubai Kuala Lumpur. This particular unit. These are all individual units, so there's not a lot I can do about it. Dubai Kuala Lumpur. Why are you so unprofitable, Dubai Kuala Lumpur? Surely, sorry, that's Bangkok. Surely Dubai Kuala Lumpur should be a busy line. 9. Okay. Not nearly as much as I would have thought. And 17. Yeah, so a lot of people don't seem to want to service that line for some strange particular reason. So, that's odd. That's an odd one. Bangkok Yekaterinburg, yes, we know that's kind of problem. Krasno KL, that should be fine. The Faisalabad bus we talked about. So there's mainly the commuters, like I said. So the commuters still are a heck of a drag. Even when you get rid of the bus lines and everything else, they still just, I guess people just prefer traveling by their own transport. I don't know if there's an easier way to fix that. These are not slow trains by any means, 75 kilometers an hour. They're going quite quickly. So yeah, not sure about that. And then everything else is everything else. So there's nothing there that's any surprises that we don't know much about. So there you go. So Quezon, where are we with Quezon? Quezon's looking fine. There's an awful lot of people waiting at bus stops for the Quezon bus. That's predominantly people wanting to be dropped off at the train. I mean, I guess if I wanted to make the train make a little bit more money, I can add in a bus. And I periodically kind of put some in, take some out, put some in, take some out. It's all about balance and dynamic balance. Not really doing anything with supplying these people, so they're not really going anywhere, which is what it is. Something that we have to do and deal with and fix. Krasnoyarsk, there is not a lot of people waiting. Sorry, that's industrial. There's not a lot of people waiting. That tells me I need to get rid of a bus. I would like to see some people waiting, and there's not enough, so sell a bus. Make some money, sell a bus. They're doing okay with their food supply, and they're not getting anything else, which is what it is, but they're doing okay. Daegu, 437, not really got the tools cranking up. Don't really know why. We'll need to have a look into that. Where is the tools? The tools are down here. I have a big train moving tools, and there's no tools waiting, so that's interesting. I wonder what's happening over here. Where is that tools train? Let's go and find you. Krasnoyarsk Daegu tools. Where are you? You are down here. See, 72. He's bringing 72. So he's bringing 72, and they are after 60. So that suggests to me that something's not going right. Something's not going right somewhere. I think I'm supplying the tools down here at this guy, which should be supplying everybody. There's a couple up here, but it's kind of long and drawn out. So we might have to just run. What I do is if I'm not sure, I'll run a little, just like one little cargo truck, and I'll put in a little cargo stop. And the cargo stops supply an awful lot of places. So we've got the cargo place over there. I wonder if it's these guys down here. No, this shows us this thing is supplying that. It's hard to tell sometimes. I mean, I'm convinced that this says it's supplying everybody, but I could be very wrong. I could be very wrong. So we'll put a little stop in there, and we'll put a little line in. What did we call this line that's down here? We called it Daegu Tools Trucks. That probably makes sense. So we'll add a little there to there, and we'll tell him, not that, we'll tell him that what he's doing is he's picking up tools. Where are you? Tools. And he'll only drop tools off because that's all he's going to have. And we'll call this Daegu Tools Trucks 2, because that's very imaginative. And we'll go over here and we'll just pick one Benz tarpaulin truck, and we'll send him off to Daegu Tools Trucks 2, and he'll go and do that. Maybe that'll help solve that problem, because they should be getting more than 60. So not sure about that. Anyway, there you are. KL, what's happening over at KL? We've got a lot of people waiting at this particular bus stop. The Kuala Lumpur bus looks busy. Right. Okay. Time for a new bus. How many have you got? Let's get you 2 new buses, because then that gets people on the rail and maybe makes my rail more money. What have we got here? KL, 33 tools. They're getting tools from this plant over here. This plant over here is producing how much? 55, and we've got how many vehicles here? Loading 7. Let's double the vehicles and see if we can't get the supply moving a little bit faster, and then that'll solve that. And because they're only at 33, and they're not really doing anything else anyhow anyway. Over the other side on Jakarta, nothing strange, starting exciting is happening. We've got what appears to be a slightly overloaded bus stop with the Jakarta bus. How many buses have we got? Just one. Let's add another bus, get some more people moving. They're fine, they're not really getting anything, nothing to worry about. Dubai, doing well with bricks, not doing so good with food, which is a bit of a surprise. We've got a food factory over here. How much is waiting here? 31. How many trucks have we got? Let's double the trucks. See if we can't get that supply moving a little bit better from the food perspective. We seem to have a lot of people waiting. This is the Dubai bus. That's a lot of people waiting. That'll be why. There's only let's put in just one more. Let's put in 3 and see how that irons out that, because they may have been waiting there for quite some time, so it doesn't mean it's very busy, because the rest of the places they have people waiting, but not a huge amount of people waiting. Over here at the station we have the Daegu Dubai commuter, which is still catching up, and we have the other ones which we've talked about, so that's all fine. We'll go all the way out here to Nagoya, nothing happening. We'll go back over here to Bangkok. Bangkok has quite a few people. The Dubai Bangkok commuter suddenly has 229 people waiting. Dubai Bangkok commuter. Where are you, Dubai Bangkok train? Is this the Dubai Bangkok train? Yeah, so this guy needs to be bigger. How many is he? He's 2 carriages. There's a lot of people waiting. Dubai to Bangkok. Let's add one more and see what happens with that. Right, welcome back. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, I think as I've said, I don't like this in particular. It's not my favorite. So I think what I might do is I want to, because there's a lot happening here in particular, because we've got this line and everything else. I don't think we really need to be here, and we don't want to be any closer to Daegu than we already are. So what I think we perhaps want to do is I want to do the connection over here. Now that obviously poses an issue because we've got this whole rail kind of thing happening here, and it isn't going to be easy and it isn't going to be simple. But you know, we shouldn't let that deter us. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of the road first, because this particular road is going to be in the way when it comes when I come to do some of the work that I am going to have to do here around this junction. So what I propose to do, daring or not, what I propose to do is, and we'll do it with the two lane, is I want to do like a sort of an elevated roundabout, as it were, which is going to be challenging enough. So what is that? So we want that first. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough to get over the train tracks. So that gets us started there. Now, whether I can actually make this a roundabout, I don't know. It's gonna have to be. I'm trying to think about how we make this, because that would bring it in there. It might actually be more like an oblong about, to be honest. It doesn't need to go quite as far out this way. So that's why I'm thinking it's going to be an oblong about, because we can keep this kind of shallow here, as it were, but I think realistically speaking, I want to clear that junction that you can see just at the bottom there. So I think we want to kind of go here, and then we want to take this little thing here, and we want to see if we can get across this track, which we can, just about. And then we will do, if it will connect and allow me to connect, we'll do this. The last tricky bit is going to be this bit here, and you have to go the way you want travel to go, right? So you know that. Did you? Because I 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. What are you doing? You're being weird. That's. I've somehow got my angles a bit mixed up, have I? Is it this one here? Connect with the bridge, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so there's 90, so that should straighten that up. Connect with the bridge. Right, this ought to be fun. Oh, look at that. Right, look at this thing. This is crazy. No one would build this. This is madness. Who would do this in real life, you say? Who would do this? What crazy people would be responsible for this kind of nonsense? We would. Why not? Because we're crazy. So there you go. So we have this thing, which is all fun and games. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of all this stuff. So all this stuff here. And yes, sorry about the noise, sorry about all the... I think I can actually switch that off, seeing as we're going to be doing this a little bit. Where's the settings? The settings are with the... I don't think it's interface, I think it's audio. Bulldozer sound effect. Bulldozer sound effect off. Sorry, apply. Right, let's see. Oh, there you go. Isn't that a lot quieter? That's a lot better. So, we have this road, which is looping around that industry, which is fine. So we have that road which looped around there, and we have this road which looped around here, which was a bit janky, but we don't need to worry about that. So this was I was using a 4-lane country road, large country road. So we'll connect up there. And we'll just come right up here, and we're just going to come straight on up here, probably about that distance, and then we should be able to just connect in, connect into the road, please. How does that look? You can't. I think it's probably fine. That is fine. Okay, and then we have the road that way as well. So I want to take it off that bit, and we're just gonna, where is my road? I think I can see it, it's over there. We're just gonna bulldoze straight across here, narrow angle. A whole lot of roads in the way. Let's get rid of all these roads that are in the way, because they're probably not necessary for right now, and we can forget about those. They're just connecting up industries, which I don't have any road networks to anyway, and there we are. That's a bit wonky donkey. That's a bit better. Right, so we've got this main connection, which will be quite quick, which brings people up to the donut. It's not really a donut, is it? What are we going to call it? It's got to have a name, isn't it? It's not quite exactly perfectly oblong either, but such is life. Yeah, I don't know, the D. It does look like a kind of a D, doesn't it? Right, so we've done that. So now we've got the road network connected up. That takes some of that away. We have this road line, which I'm now deleting. Somebody still doesn't like not being connected. Who's not connected? We'll check that in a minute. Somebody's still not happy. Oh, because we haven't connected this up to anything yet. That's why they're happy. Not happy. So Kuala Lumpur and Dubai are disconnected. Right, Dubai. What are we going to do about Dubai? Well, I had a thought about Dubai, and we're probably going to end up breaking the D a little, because what I want to do is I want to pull off the corner of the D, and we'll head down here for a little bit. It says there's a bridge pillar collision. Doesn't like coming off that bit. Doesn't like coming off that bit. Is there any way I can come off that bit? Right. It's possibly going to be a little bit weird. But here's my kind of thought. Here's my kind of thought. We can definitely get rid of this strange road, and we can definitely take a 2-lane road off this side. I'll try and make that roughly the same length, and we can definitely connect it in here, and that's fine. Is there a reason why? Who's that? Where are they? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, sorry, you're stuck. I need to give them an option to get out of there. Right, can you get out of there now? Minus the train. See you later. Cheerio! Right, they're gone. I can delete that. Right. So yeah, so what I was thinking of doing, right, was, I'm going to get rid of this whole thing here for now. But the idea is, like, having this road up here is obviously the idea, because there's an awful lot of stuff in terms of the industry immediately off to my left. And I was thinking, how are we going to do this? Because you got all these road connections, and you got all this rail, and you got everything else. And I was thinking of some of those American cities that have long elevated motorways, and I thought we could do an elevated motorway. So what I'm proposing to do is starting sort of, that's the node. So starting about here. We're gonna try and develop a network. It wants to do it straight, which is such a nuisance. Let's do that first, and then that should let it start to get curves in. So we can do a curve there. Oh, this game. We can do that. That's fine. No, it doesn't like that. There's a bridge pillar collision. Doesn't like angles. It's too far, so we really need to extend that a little bit and see if that'll help. It will. Thank you. We're then gonna just head on up here and sort of try and follow the kind of line that we've been following, and we now have this. We need to get close-ish. Let's just tie that in there for now, and we can worry about that later. So we have this whole elevated kind of motorway thing, which, you know, you would never build this with these kinds of bricks, but we can change that later. That will be something that we can change later. And then all we need to do is tie this into here. Right? And we have this. So we now have this whole elevated motorway section. Now all we need to do, all we need to do is figure out how on earth we're going to connect in Dubai. So, arguably speaking, we have this little connection here, which can be a minor connection. And I went through at one point and made some high streets. So this is the main street which comes out here. So what I would like to do is build another rectangle about, another elevated D about out here. Um, but I wonder if it's even worth it, because the way the AI, say AI, it's not an AI, the way the game figures out how to move traffic, it isn't as simple as you would think. So it's always going to take the path of least resistance. So this is arguably probably going to become the busiest bit here. So we probably need to have, I probably need to redo some things around here, whether the city likes it or not, in terms of delivering traffic. Because where's traffic mainly going to be coming from? It's mainly going to be coming from down here. Daegu and KL and Krasno and Jakarta are all feeding into Dubai. Bangkok, yeah, okay, maybe, but it's where, how are we going to feed it in? We're not going to feed it in up here, so we're going to have to feed it in somewhere down here. And Katerinburg is not that large, so we're not going to get a large amount of traffic. So I think, I think ultimately Bangkok might have an elevated motorway that elevates over the top of the industry and brings it into the bottom, and I might have to do a connection here at the bottom. So the connection here is not going to be that large, so I actually think, in reflection, this could probably just be a junction connection. And it should still, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. It let me out at 3 with that one, and it kind of does let me out at 3 with that one, and that kind of works. So this is weird, because it's kind of like a junction, and you wouldn't normally put a junction on a road like this. So we've got this sweeping curve, which can then bring us in, and that'll connect us up to the high street. So we're now connected up here at the top, with this lights. But like I said, you probably wouldn't do that. This is probably, a roundabout, to be fair. And we'll maybe leave it and see when the roundabouts come in how easy it is to make an elevated roundabout, because I didn't try that on Alessandria, but we can try it here. So that's that for now. I don't think we're going to do anything else. I think what we're going to do is we're going to let everybody figure out what they're doing, and everything go the way it's going. And I'm not worried about all these secondary roads and things. I'm gonna probably delete most of them, to be honest. Um, right, that is the road situation. So I think that's all fine, and then that creates the road network to Yekaterinburg, Dubai, Daegu, all the way down. We've got Kuala Lumpur to Jakarta, almost. Let's have a look at this. I think the issue was here is, we tied into this one because we have this coast road. They're still using the coast road, so I suspect that what they now see is that this is the more direct route to Daegu, and this is the only bus line to Daegu, I think. Do we have a Jakarta to Dubai bus line? Did I do a Jakarta to Dubai bus line? I have a Jakarta bus line. And I have a Jakarta Daegu bus line. Let's have a look. Lines. Jakarta. Let's do it in order of name. That's the other way around. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Jakarta. No, we don't have a Jakarta Dubai bus line. Okay, well that's something to add in. But what I think we're going to need to do then is we're going to need to do a little bit of roundabout jiggery pokery over here. And we need to upgrade that line. It's not going to be super busy, so we can probably get away with something relatively simple. I don't know if we want to build it that close to the tide. We'll do that. 90 degrees. This is a bit rough and ready. This is usually how I function. Rough and ready. Yeah, wonky donkey. We'll replace that with something a little bit better at another time. But we'll tie that in there, and then we have this line which will go that way, and we have this line. Oh, the connection has also broken the shape of my roundabout, which is fine. We'll make this heavier duty road in terms of that kind of thing, so that people can actually get to where they're getting to, how they want to get there. So that makes that a little bit easier for those people. And we don't have a train line from Jakarta to Dubai just yet. So what we'll do is we'll pick a bus stop. Let's pick this bus stop. This is where the other line comes in. What about that wrong way? That one on the other side of the high street. Maybe this one? Yeah, that one to Dubai. Now, where's the other lines in Dubai? Yeah, okay. Okay, dokie. This is kind of a busy stop. I want to get people into Dubai and out again. Maybe they could stop here. Right, stop there. And that is the Jakarta Dubai bus. Right, so that'll start. I didn't realize I hadn't connected them to Dubai. Right, it's going to do a whole bunch of messing around with stuff, I'm sure. These are our buses. Let's start with 5. Because this will be a popular route. I am sure Jakarta to Dubai. So there you go. So they're all trucking out. So we've got that little thing over there, which is connecting over there, which is perfectly okay. So they will start patronizing the other line and bringing things up there. Got KL, got everything else. There's going to be an awful lot more to do between Dubai and Bangkok, I think. And then possibly that will enable us to... I don't think we need to improve the network to Nagoya. I think it's working perfectly fine. So that's that situation. Whew, eh? Let's get on and have a look at industries next, shall we? Right, so we need to have a quick look at our industries. How is our industries doing? We are shipping stuff, which is pretty good. How much is down here? Sorry, this is where we're shipping to. How much is down here? A lot. 248. So in theory, we could ship more. He's full. 72. And 72. Remember, we did have 3 down here. Let's have a quick look, because they're only carrying 6. So if they're full, maybe 3's not enough. Let us. I like 108 as a kind of a good like ultimate size. I don't like going in. If you're hauling more than that, well, I don't know. In my opinion, if you're hauling much more than that, possibly you need another train. So that's fine. So we'll let them haul that much. Over here, next on the radar is our Krasnoyarsk wheat. Yeah, they're definitely... What are they at? Is this the wheat train? The wheat train. See, he's hauling 108. And there is 225 there. And he's already struggling. So I think we need to add in another train. So... Let's oh look, Japanese platform with roof. That's new. That's coming. Let's rustle up another train for this guy while we've got the opportunity. Track. It's coming with catenary, but I don't really care. Sorry, too much curve. Okay, fine. There's the black train. Are we going to need as many? Where are we? Wheat, this one. Let's start with 60. That gives us a very definite opportunity. And this is wheat. This is Krasnoyarsk wheat, isn't it? Krasnoyarsk wheat. Yeah, there we are. Right, let's get him out and let's get him moving. Um, they're gonna get in each other's way a bit. But that's fine. I'll sort that out later so they're not in each other's way. Yes, now then, down here, because we were talking about this, so Krasnoyarsk Dago Tools. Now he's just dropped off timber, and that's the food guy. He's gonna change because of stuff. That's a double flip switch. No, this is Krasnoyarsk Dago Tools. So he's full, 72. How much is here? 62. I think he could do with being a little bit bigger. Not a lot bigger. I really need to hit that switch again, just for a laugh. So he needs to be bigger. 84, I think. But what I also wanted to check is this. Yeah, you see, here's the thing here. Krasnoyarsk timber. There's 102 there, and this guy. There's a switch. This guy is not shifting enough. So we need to up this guy's game. So he is, yeah, he's gonna need this. Let's call him 108 and be done, right? So we sort that out. The food one, I'm gonna wait until I see what happens here because the food's doing okay. But that production will increase, and we also need to add in some new lines. We'll do that probably next episode. This oil one, how many is he shifting? 88. So that's fine. He's shifting 88. I can probably cut him down to size then. If he's only shifting 88, then let us. I think if we add another one, it's 84. Yeah, so we'll leave it at 96 for now, and then we're kind of optimizing him, which is fine. These little trucks, what have we got here? I think they're all full. Yeah, they're all full. How many of them are there? Let's have a look. We've got a bunch of them. And I don't think we can get any bigger. They're hauling 7. These guys haul 8. So they all need replaced anyway. So let us go back here and replace them all with this thing, which is fine. And we could 4 more. I mean, we may as well. I might have to make these cargo areas bigger so the trucks can get in and out a little bit faster, because there's going to be more of them. What you can do is if you go into the line and you go into the areas, now they're already set to take from both platforms, so that's fine. I'm sure they'll be okay. I might need to make them a little bit bigger, but I'm sure they'll be okay. Now then, we've got this timber, which we briefly had a look at. And those trucks are shifting 29, which is fine. Where's the train bringing it in, though? Not that guy. Where's he coming from? He's coming from up here, isn't he? Is it this guy? This guy. Dubai, Kuala Lumpur Timber. That's where we were, wasn't it? Kuala Lumpur Timber. And how much is waiting on the platform? 21. So 21.60, right? And he's just leaving. So we could add another 2. So add another 2 to that guy, and that gets that guy shifted. These logs will be stacked for sure. Oh, the bricks guys, that's right. Stone and brick. That's not it. This is, I think, the stone guy. He's shifting 94 out of 108. So that's just short of the 96. So we'll leave him for now because I'm gonna add in some more brick lines. And the bricks, Daegu Yekaterinburg bricks, probably needs a little bit extra. Daegu Yekaterinburg bricks. He's coming in at 96, and there's gonna be 80 waiting. So he's not quite going to be full. So he's fine. And Dubai bricks. Where's the Dubai bricks train while we're here? Dubai bricks, where are you? He's over here, and he's not quite full either. So the Dubai bricks isn't quite full, but he's got some, so he doesn't need changed. I don't think he needs changed, and we're not going to change that guy for now. So that's fine. Who else was here on the brick line? Daegu Brick Supply. No, that's the one coming in. Daegu Krasnoyarsk Bricks. Who's that? That's nothing. That was the one that we got rid of because Krasno did want bricks, and now they want bricks again, so that's fine. The logs guys, like I said, they'll be rammed. They will be rammed. So where's he carrying logs to? Is he carrying logs just directly to there? He is. And where's the train? This is him here. This is him here. He's fully loaded. And we could arguably add in a second train. It's going to cost me a bit of money. It's a short distance, and I think it's going to help. Is that gotta? It does. So we want the just trying to think. It's a short distance, so 75 k's is not maybe necessary, but I'm also looking at the hauling capacity and the costs, and I think that this guy is probably still my favorite. And logs is this thing, just all the way. No, can't quite make it. What's my 5 million gonna get me? 60 to start with. Right, okay, 60 to start with. And you are Dubai Logs 1, I think. Is that right? Dubai Logs 1. Yes. Right, you can go. Might need to make a little bit more money. Right, you can get loaded up. Do the thing that you need to do when you need to do it. You know, and it's probably going to be the same with these ore guys, but I'm not going to be able to. He's running at 108. I'm not going to replace. I need to earn a little bit of money. I spent a little bit of money on roads and things. He's running at 108, so I need to double up on all of those ore trains. This is the steel supply. He's coming in. There's only 54 there, and he's coming in with. He wants 84. So there's not. What's holding us up? It could be coal that's holding us up. I think more than the ore. So how much is going to be here when he arrives? Just about a full truck. So I think it's the coal. What do you see? The coal's, yeah, the coal is disappearing pretty quick. So we've got to prioritize the coal. And in fact, we can probably do that now. We've got 8 million in the bank. So let us do that. I want to prioritize the coal train. Robbie coal train. Right. Robbie coal train. I should not have said that. I didn't know why I said that. I should not have said that. Harry Potter. Right. We want a coal train. Do that. How much can we get for coal? Full jobby. And that is going to go to, oh, I could see that. That is, I think there's only one coal. Jakarta coal supply. Right? So he can get underway with that. And then that will accelerate that steel production, and we'll go back after a year or two and see what we need to do with the steel production, the steel train on that one. This one's going to increase the timber, so the Dubai Kuala Lumpur timber and the Dubai timber supply. The Dubai timber supply is what? This guy? Dubai timber supply. Now he's only on 84, so let us up him to the full 108, and then he can start shifting all that stuff. How much is here? 200 and odd. So I reckon, is this Dubai Kuala Lumpur coming in? It is. He's heading out. We're gonna increase that when we get more coal trucks. We're gonna have to look to increasing platforms. So that will increase this supply up here. And the Yekaterinburg Bangkok machines line. Now then, where is he? He's gone out with 96, and he's not long out, so he can probably be upgraded another one carriage, and that will take him to 108, and then that will be fine. The rest of this is supply, and then we have the food train, wheat train. How big is he? He is 108 already, so we probably need to shoehorn in another one. Where's the easiest place to do this? It's not going to cost me an absolute fortune in money to try and put a train in. Down here. Let's do it down here. Right, down here. Let's stop a minute. Now that we've got enough money. Yeah, so we'll put this in here, and we'll put in the track. And it's a wheat train. Sorry, the logo. It's gonna be this fella. Down at the bottom, look up our wheat. It's this thing. I know that this is gonna fill up very quickly. So we'll just buy that, and that is, I think, Dubai wheat. Dubai wheat. Right, and we'll get him underway, and then it's going to start making us a bucket load of money there as well. So we'll start trying to maximize some of these lines, understanding it's going to make some of our lines busy, and then we've got our production ramping up so we can start getting some more things played out to people. So that has eaten through an awful lot of my budget. We've done an awful lot of things. We've added in some roads, we've balanced some stuff out, we've changed some trains, we've reviewed some stuff, we've added some trains. There's still more trains to add. I still need to make some money. There's still some things that I need to wait and bed down. And then we'll jump in and we'll have a look at creating some new lines and supplying some of these other places with some of these other needs. But I think we're well set. We are well set. I like the road network. I think we're doing okay. We've got Dubai Bangkok to sort out, and I'll have a little think about that, and we'll see how we go. Otherwise, please, I do hope you are liking it, and if you are, click that like, and if you would like to, click that super thanks. Of course, as always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you are not a member, please take a look at channel memberships, and if you're not interested in YouTube memberships, take a look at my Patreon, and as always, check out my merch store. I'm always adding new and interesting fun little things. And I will see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now.